Alright. Welcome to the Fire Emblem Awakening unit guide. Haven't done a tier list since the Mickey Darling tier list, I think. So it's been a hot minute, but I'm ready to do this. So when I say unit guide tier list, this isn't gonna be like how they start out or what skills they have or what stats they have when you first recruit them, because then this would be severely unfair. Like, Robin would be an F tier, and then Flavia would be an S tier, just because you recruit her when she's promoted. She has better stats and skills, so we're not doing that. This is entirely based off of my own completed units. I had grinded and fully leveled up all my units, and I decided what classes are best for them, what skills are best for them. I have an entire series dedicated to this entire topic, so if, I'm not gonna go a whole lot in detail. Like, I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, I gave Lissa renewal because A, B, C. I'm just gonna say Lissa's this tier because she has these skills, and like, I'll briefly explain it, but I'm not gonna go in depth because I'm not gonna waste like 5 hours of my day just talking about why I gave Rickon what skills or whatever. So it's gonna be pretty cut and dry. So I think you should be able to see it on screen. I do have, a completed, not a complete, I do have the like classes and stats pulled up just so I can check that. I also have the skills, so if I want to see, what skills come from what class, you can just find them, and then they will be there. So, to get us started, we have Anna, and Anna is one of the worst units in the game, as much as I hate to say it. I had her final class as Sage. She doesn't have many offensive skills. From what I remember, let's see. Or we're already busting out the old classes. So, from what I remember, if I could find Anna, this would be extremely helpful. This is going to be the slowest part of the thing. But, so yeah. She has Assassins. That means the only offensive skill she has is Lethality, which isn't bad, but from what I remember... Oh yeah, I also have my 3DS open here with me too. So some of my units I just have open on hand because I already grinded for some of them. But, yeah, from what I remember, Lethality has... Let's just find it on here. Let's see, Astra, Lethality. Yeah, skill divided by 4. So that's not very high. Like, I don't care how much skill you have, you are not proccing Lethality that much. And her other skills were like, Tome Fair and something else that I forget. But from what I remember, she just isn't a good unit. She can't have Gale Force. She's a female and no Gale Force. That's already a bit of an issue. Her only offensive skill is Lethality, so I hate to say it, she's going in the F tier. And I apologize that all the units are out of whack. Like, we're starting with Aversa, and then it goes to Cordelia. It's a huge mess. I didn't decide what the order is, but this is just what we're doing. Now, moving on to Aversa. I do have Aversa fully grinded. So, her stats aren't bad. I did make her a Dark Flyer just for that extra movement and Lance ability, so that's pretty nice. She does have Gale Force, love to see it. Her only offensive skill is Vengeance, which isn't bad. So Vengeance is just, the less HP you have, the more damage you deal, to my knowledge. I tell myself I'm pretty knowledgeable about this game, but there's some things I'm not fully aware about, so I can't say I'm like a master, but yeah. So her skills aren't bad. She does have Gale Force. Her magic, pretty good. Overall, I'll put her in the C tier. Yeah, I think C tier is alright. She has that extra movement. The lance is pretty good just for some extra weapon types. Stats are pretty decent. She does also have that one skill that allows her to use dark magic and like as a mage or a sage. That's good. Not that I used it, but I just want to throw that out there. The next is Basilio. Basilio, he's a pretty decent unit from what I remember. If we pull him up, Basilio, he starts out as a warrior, but he can be a great knight, so that does mean he has Luna. For his final class, I made him a hero, so his stats are pretty good. I don't think I have him grinded for. Let me see. Check out. Let me consult the 3DS. Is Basilio? No, he's not. So, but yeah, even then, he wasn't like the best unit. He does have Soul, which helps, but I personally don't like to have two skills like that equipped, so I just kept it to the Luna. So, I'm gonna throw him in the D tier, just because, you know, no Gale Force kind of sucks. And, yeah, just D tier is what I'm gonna give him. Now, for my Brady is pretty stacked, right? If I were to find... Let me find my Brady. He's all the way near the bottom, because I don't really use him. I don't think... Yeah, no, I haven't used him. So, I made Brady's father Henry. Just so... Let me check his, Actually, well, am I checking my 3DS? I can just check it here. If I were to go to Brady, we're going to give him Henry as a parent. He's all the way at the bottom. So, Great Knight, which means he gets Luna, so that makes him offensively pretty good. He gets Sorcerer. Not that that was important. Don't know why I brought that up. But you can pass down Gale Force, so that automatically makes him super good. I do have Owain grinded for, I'm pretty sure. And Owain and Brady were super similar. Yeah, no, from what I remember, they're the exact same. So, give him Gale Force, Life Taker, and Luna for his skills. So, that makes him a really robust healer. So, not only does he have some physical capabilities, he can also heal. And that's really good. The defense, you know, sages don't have good defense, so I'm going to throw him in the... Ooh, like I said, the lower defense does kind of suck, but the fact that he can be offensive and a healer is really good. I'll throw him in S tier, just because Gale Force on a male, super unique, we love that, and he's a versatile unit, which is really good. And then Churchy, I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's Churchy. Churchy is, like Ana, one of the worst units in the game, if not worse. From what I remember, Ana has... She can be a Dark Knight, which means she has Life Taker. And if you don't know what Life Taker is, if you defeat an enemy unit, you get back like 50% of your HP. So you can stay at full health pretty easily. But Churchy, she doesn't have that, which sucks. Like if I were to check Libra, Basilio, Churchy joins you pretty early. More like mid-game, but let's see. Yeah, she doesn't have the best skills, and I made her final class a Wyvern Lord, just to utilize those defense and strength mods. Oh, just bumped my microphone, I hope that didn't come through. And so, as a Wyvern Lord, not only do you have a flyer weakness, you also have a dragon weakness, so you have two weaknesses right there. Pretty low resistance, so that also means if someone comes at you with a wind tome, like Rexcalibur, you're cooked. And no offensive skills either. No Gale Force, which is kind of odd. You'd think a Wyvern Lord would be able to ride a Pegasus, but... So, yeah. Gonna have to throw her in the F tier. Sorry for any Churchy fans, but that's where she's going. Now for Chrom. Chrom's a pretty robust unit. He can use the Falchion, and not only does the Falchion have a beast... Not beast. It has a dragon weakness and a Grima weakness, I think? I don't know. let me consult the 3DS, because I don't have items pulled up. But, let's pull up Lucina. So, yeah, a dragon effect and, like, the Grima. I've never encountered any other kind of enemy that has, like, the Grima weakness. So, the second dragon weakness, pretty useless. So, mostly just focused on, like, the Wyvern / dragon weakness. Pretty good on the Falchion. When you get the Exalted Falchion, it can heal 20 HP. So, if you're ever out of elixirs on the battlefield, just spam the Exalted Falchion a couple times. Pretty good. He does have Ether, but I took that out because it doesn't proc as much as Luna, and I like consistency a little bit more. Even with Rightful King, his Ether proc was a little low, but overall, super robust unit, pretty good stats, all things considered. He is definitely an A tier. You can't really take him off your team. I was gonna say keep him on your team. I would recommend keeping him on your team, but you can't not have him in pretty much every map in the story. So, but either way, like, keep him. He's a really good unit. And then next up is Cynthia. I had my Chrom marry Sumiya, so my Cynthia was pretty good. Once again, I didn't bother with Ether because Luna is a little bit more consistent. I made her a Paladin. Her stats are pretty good. She has pretty good resistance, and we like that. She has Gale Force, all things considered. The only thing I wish she had, oh, what's it called? The one skill that makes stuff not break. Let me see. Arms Thrift. I wish she had Arms Thrift. That would make her an even better unit. But still, we're going to throw her in the S tier. She is a really solid unit. Next is Donald. Donald's a pretty... There are a lot of heroes, so a lot of these units are going to kind of run together. But, let's see, yeah. Donald, kind of similar to Basilio. Let me see, Basilio could learn Arms Thrift, right? I'm confident he could. Yeah. So he could, Basilio did have Luna. You know what, we're gonna bump him up to the C tier and put Donald in D tier. Just because Donald doesn't have Luna, which makes him a little bit worse offensively. And, some of you might say the underdog skill is pretty good, but once he's fully grinded, you don't need the extra EXP, so it's kind of useless. But other than that, Donald, pretty good unit. Let me check his, let me check Donald. Let's see, mercenary hero, yeah. Not a bad unit. The counter is good. We do like the counter, but you don't really need that all the time, so gonna throw him in D tier. Not a unit that I would keep on me all the time, but if you needed a filler, I guess Donald would do the trick. Next is Emerin. Emerin is really, she's like the exact same as Lissa, so I'm gonna throw Emerin and Lissa in the same tier, I think. So Emerin, she does have Gale Force, sadly no offensive skills. So what did I give her? I gave her like Gale Force, Tome Fair, and I don't think Emerin can be a Dark Rider, so she sadly can't get... Can she? No, she can't. So she can't get Life Taker. So I'm gonna throw her in C tier. And then I'll also throw Lissa in C tier, but behind Emerin, just because Emerin has a couple better stats. She can get up to... what, 60 magic? A little over 60 magic? Let's see. I'm gonna prove a point here. So we're gonna turn on the limit breakers. So yeah, 60 magic right there. Tome Fair gives you +5, and if you have magic +2, so that's 67. She can reach almost 70 magic, which is insane to me. And just crazy, insane. And then next is Flavia. I'm personally a big Flavia fan, but I'm gonna try not to be biased here. Let's see, let me find Flavia on the old 3DS here. So she's not a bad unit. She does have Arms Thrift, we like that. She does have Luna, we like that. And I wish she had Gale Force. Gale Force would make her so much better. So we are going to throw her in C tier. I'm going to say in front of Basilio just because her stats are a little bit better, I think. I kind of just say stats are a little bit better, but let's see. Yeah, hero, and then whoever Basilio is right above her. Make Basilio a hero. Yeah, the speed is a little bit better. Less defense, a little bit more resistance, a little more luck. You know, not insane, but just a couple better things. The Pavice is nice. Basilio, I gave him counter, I remember. And the counter, this one, you know, it's a pretty split for me, honestly. I'm just going to put Flavia a little bit higher up because Flavia bias, but... Let's see, next is Frederick. Frederick is not too bad, honestly. I made him a paladin just because Great Knight, you have that armor weakness, but as a paladin, you just have the, let's see, yeah, just the rider weakness. So, but yeah, his stats are good. You can give him Luna, which is nice. You can give him Pavice, which helps make up for that lance weakness, which Pavice halves the damage of, like, swords, bows, lances, and lances are the thing you want to look out for because beast lances, or beast killers, I think they're called. So, we're going to throw him in D... Yeah, D tier, I would say. Just because no arms thrift, which means you are going to run out of your weapons. And, yeah. Well, we'll come back to this one. High D, I'm not too upset over, but we'll do that. Next up is Gaius. I made Gaius an assassin just because that's what the universe calls for. Gaius has to be an assassin. It's just it's his canon event. His skills are pretty alright. You know, I really only make males assassins because assassins have really low resistance, and only males can be dread fighters, and dread fighters get plus 10 resistance, so that kind of helps make up for it. But yeah, his offensive skills, can he be a swords master? I don't think so. Let's see, Gaius. He can be a swords master, so I probably gave him Astra then. So, let's see. Can he be a hero, though? He can, so that does mean he has arms thrift. Arms thrift comes from heroes, right? Because they come from mercenaries, my bad. Well, oh wait, so if he can't be a mercenary, then no arms thrift. That is so weird. I forgot about that arms thrift comes from mercenaries. Okay, strange. Okay, well, I was gonna give Gaius a little bit more credit than originally thought out, but this is a problem, because on the 3DS I have right now, not all my units are grinded. Like, Gaius is pretty much a blank slate right now. He's sitting as an assassin at level 6. But anyway, so yeah, we're gonna throw him in D tier. If he can be a Myrmidon, which means he does get Vantage, so we do like that. So his skills would probably be shoot. See, LB, Alt 2, Vantage, Astra. What other? He can be a warrior, so he gets counter, so that's not bad. So he's more focused on self-preservation than a full-on assault, which is not bad, but I kind of do like a happy medium. But either way, not a terrible unit. You know what? I'll throw him in C tier just because of the Vantage and counter. So he does get some self-preservation points, and Astra is not too bad of a skill. You do want to worry about Astra proccing on other units with counter. If you activate Astra on a unit with counter, you are cooked. But yeah. Next is Gangrel. Gangrel's not too bad. You make him a sorcerer, so that means he has Vantage. I don't see. Gangrel and Henry are the same, so I'm gonna throw them in the same tier. So let's just find let's just find Henry real quick. That is Sayri, not Henry. Okay, so Dark Knight, so you get Life Takers, so LB, all 2, Life Taker, Vengeance, and let's see, so Counter, not bad. So similar thing as Gaius, gonna not B tier. Well, I guess I would, I'll put him above Gaius just because, you know, they're sorcerers, so they can use dark magic like Ruin, Nosferatu, pretty good tomes. They're range 1 and 2, so you can't really outrange tome users. So yeah, we'll go with that. What's his name? Chrom, similar thing as Donald. Sadly, your mom is Cherche, so you can't pass down Gale Force. That hurts my soul. So, Chrom, also a healer. He should be able to... I'm not going to worry about who his dad is, because I'm pretty... Oh, never mind. You have to pick a parent. So, Chrome's dad was Gregor. Let me consult the 3DS. Is Chrome's dad Gregor? Yeah. So... Luckily for us, he does get Mercenary, so you do get Arms Thrift, Myrmidon, so you also get Vantage, and sadly no Great Knight, so you can't get Luna, so you're kind of just stuck with either, what was it? You're stuck with Assassin, so Lethality, or, so yeah, Astra, so yeah. A little bit worse than Donald, just because you don't have as much self-preservation, and, you know, hate to see it. Gregor was pretty much the same as Chrom here, just worse stats, so gonna throw him in D tier. Now, Inigo, really solid unit. He comes out as a hero. His mother is Olivia, so he can get Gale Force, makes him a good unit. I made his dad Frederick, so he gets some pretty good defense buffs. So I'm going to throw him in S tier above Cynthia, just because Inigo has Arms Thrift, so his weapons don't run out, which makes him just a little bit more robust, I would say. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Now, Kellum. What did I do for Kellum? What? I kind of hate not having everything on me, but yeah, so like I thought, made him an assassin. He can get Luna. We do really like that. And what's even better is that, yeah, so Great Knight. Yeah, so he can be a War Monk, which means he gets Renewal. And Renewal gives you like 20% of your HP every turn. So that's really good. Not that I'm expecting him to get hit all that much. He has really good defense. Maybe not like really good, but he has good defense. And we love to see that. Luna helps out a lot. So I'm going to throw him high, if I could, there, high D tier. You know, like I've said before, you know, no Arms Thrift, so his weapons will run out eventually. And I know that is such like a petty thing to knock someone down a tier for, but, you know, when your weapons can eventually deplete and run out of durability, that can be a bit of a problem sometimes, in some situations. But, yeah, he can get Luna, makes him really good. He can have Renewal, which means he can have he won't die as often. Let's see, Myrmidon, no Myrmidon, so you don't get Vantage, which kind of sucks, but that's okay. So yeah, I think D tier is pretty alright. And then Kjell, a pretty solid unit, pretty similar to Cynthia, but let's see. Cynthia had Pavise, but Kjell has Vantage, so when her HP gets down to less than half, she'll be able to attack first, so just a little bit better there. Can also get Luna, So Cynthia's not winning out on Ether because I don't have Ether on Cynthia. So yeah, that's what we're doing. And then sadly, Laurent. Is it Lauren or just Laurent? No, it's Lawrence. I don't know why Lauren. Let's name him Lauren. Anyway, so Laurent, sadly, no Gale Force. He's the same class as Brady, so he's a Sage, which and his dad is Kellum. So I made Laurent's dad Kellum, so he does have Luna, which makes him offensively viable. So he can heal and use tomes as a Sage. Having Kellum as a dad in a Sage class helps out a lot, so he gets that extra defense. We love that. But no Gale Force is kind of a problem, so I am going to throw him in A tier just below Chrom, just because of that, as much as I hate to say it. Now, Libra is pretty similar to Laurent. He can get, from what I remember, he can have Life Taker. So let's see. Libra. War Monk. Yeah, Dark Knight, so he can get Life Taker, which helps for that self-preservation, but no offensive. Well, you get Vengeance. That's a offensive skill, but you know, if you're getting that Life Taker all the time, you're never gonna have the opportunity to use it. So, well, you are doing just a little bit better than these two just because of the healing and... Okay, I'm actually going to put Aversa just a little bit above Emran and Lissa just because of the Vengeance, so she does have some offensive capability. I am a little bit more biased towards offensive capability. Healing's good, but I also like units that are able to attack stuff. So I'm actually going to put Libra just a little bit... Yeah, no, why did I do that? Actually, what I will do... I'll just put Libra behind Lissa and Emran just because Libra is a guy, so no Gale Force. And, you know, he may have Vengeance, which helps out with offensive capability, but, you know, I would probably use Libra more as a healer than someone in the front line, so I would put... This. Yeah, this seems fair, actually. I would say this seems fair. I'm changing stuff, but I'm sorry. I'm indecisive like that. So yeah, he can heal lower. That's what makes him just a little bit better than Gangrel and Henry, because he can heal. Dark Magic, like I said, the Ruin, the Nosferatus is good, but being able to keep other units alive is pretty helpful. So yeah, we'll roll with that. Wait, so Jerome's... I'm going to check Jerome real quick. So Jerome's dad was Gregor, which means, can you be a Great Knight? No. Oh, never mind. I was going to bump Jerome up a little bit, but no, he can only have Astra, like I said, because I'm stupid. Lunku, pretty similar to Gaius, you know. Don't think you can have Luna. Nope, you can't. So you only get Astra. You're probably pretty similar, just without the counter. So yeah, we'll go with that. Lucina, easy S tier. We'll put her just above Cynthia just because she also has the parallel falchion. So you can use the falchion if you run out of elixirs. Falchion doesn't run out of durability. I don't know if I mentioned that before. The Falchion doesn't run out of durability, so you can use that sword as much as you want, which helps out a lot. Once again, like Chrom, I know Lucina does have, and I mentioned before that I married my Chrom to Sumia, so Sumia's her mother. So Lucina does get Gale Force, which helps out a lot. So Lucina does have better skill, which means Ether would proc more consistently. Not more consistent, would proc a little bit more, but you know, Luna's more consistent. Also gave Lucina Rightful King just to help that Luna proc just a little bit more. And yeah, So, gonna put Lucina there. Maribel, not bad. Once again, pretty similar to Lissa and Emerin. I'll put her in the middle. I don't think... Well, no, from what I remember, couldn't Maribel be a Dark Rider? Let's see. Yeah, she could be a Dark Knight, so I'm actually going to put her just a little bit above, just because she can keep herself alive for a little bit longer. Because these two, you know, you can give them renewal or... Real quick, just so I make sure I'm not gaslighting you. Yeah, no, they can't be Dark Knight, so they can't get Life Taker. You can give... I kind of am indifferent between Renewal and Miracle. But, you know, I think Life Taker is just a little bit better because once you get Maribel to the max level, she's going to be able to kill stuff pretty easily. And also that Gale Force helps out a lot. Being able to heal others is pretty good, and keeping yourself alive is really good too. So Maribel can have her HP topped off just a little bit longer than these two can, and that's good. We like that. Miriel is in a pretty similar situation. She's a sage. She can have Vengeance, which gives her some, which gives her some offensive capability, but no Gale Force, unlike Maribel, Emerin, and Lissa. So I am going to put her just in... This is so hard. Yeah, in front of Libra. So, yeah, hate this. Now, Morgan is, in my opinion, the best character in the entire game. I married my Morgan to, you know, instead of explaining it, I'm just gonna show you, right? So, I married Cynthia just because I like Cynthia more than Lucina, personally, so I married Cynthia, and modifiers, pretty good, you know, 4 speed, 5 skill, -2 defense, kind of sucks, but whatever. So, Cynthia, go down to modifiers, oh yeah, have to put in my assets. So my assets was magic asset, luck flaw, which means 4 magic, really good, 4 skill, really good, 7 speed, we love that, -1 luck, it's whatever, -2 defense, okay, +3 res, we take it. So Morgan, really speedy, can be every class in the game except for like Barbarian and Berserker and Warrior, but those two really aren't. Like, I will take I will take Gale Force over Counter any day, like most people should. If you want Counter more than Gale Force, I don't know what you're doing. But yeah, so, you know, really good stats, good skills. Final class is a Sorcerer, can't have Arms Thrift, so you're going to be able to use those Dark Magic Tomes as much as you want, as well as having that Gale Force so you can hit twice. We love that. And similar thing with male Morgan. I personally married Laurent just because Laurent had a couple better stats. And of course, you know, since Robin can pass down Gale Force to male Morgan, he is also getting... He is going to be behind female Morgan just because if you don't pass down Gale Force, he doesn't have it, which makes him a little bit worse, but still, access to every class in the game would have pretty good stats. So yeah, we're just gonna go with that. Na, really good unit too. I married... Oh man, got like a splinter in my foot. Ah! I married my Na to, no. Didn't marry my Na. I married my Noe to Vake, which is really underrated pair. Na will get some really good strength and defense. Vake somehow passes down the Great Knight class, which means Na can learn Luna. Really important. So I would throw Na in high A, just because the, the Manakite Stone Pluses, whatever they're called, I forget, give really good stat boosts. Luna is good. We love that. We like that. You know, really good stats. you know, all around good unit. Wish Na had Gale Force, but that's okay. Because she has really good stats when you take those Beast Stone Plus, or excuse me, Manakete Stone. Okay, what are they called? I don't want to call them Manakete Stones. Dragon Stones. Who would have thought? The Dragon Stone Pluses give really good stat boosts, so we love that. Now, Noir is, let's see, I'm pretty sure she is a Dark Knight. If I could find her. Yeah, Dark Knight. No, she's a sorcerer. And I had my Tharja marry Donald because sorcerers with Gale Force are super good, and being able to pass down the Arms Thrift, which means, you know, Noir can be a mercenary, so Noir gets Arms Thrift. Really good for sorcerers. Gets Gale Force, gets Luna from Tharja. Really good stuff, so she is going in the S tier. Yeah. Next is Na. I'll put her in B tier. Pretty similar to Na, just doesn't get Luna. That's pretty much it. And while we're at it, we will put Tiki in the same tier. No Luna, no offensive skills, which sucks. Let's see. I know that they can be in a magic class like Sage and stuff, but that's not really important because you can't get... Yeah, so Dark Knight, you do get Life Taker, which does help, but that's pretty much it. Like, I wouldn't keep them in a magic class. I'd make them Manaketes just so they can get those stat boosts from the Dragonstone Pluses. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Next is Olivia. I made, you know, Olivia a dancer. You could also make her a swords master if you really wanted to utilize those offensive capabilities, but I would recommend keeping her as a dancer. Like, you have so many other units that can deal so much damage. I don't know why you'd want to sacrifice a dancer just for another sword master. She does have Gale Force. I'm just looking at her stats. So I gave her, you know, LB, All-2, Gale Force. So if she had to kill something and then Gale Force her way to dance to someone else, that's a possibility. And I did give her advantage just because you really want to let her live as long as possible. So if she ever gets into any combat encounters, she can, you know, get her HP cut down to half, advantage, hopefully take down the enemy before she gets taken down herself. So I'd throw her in the A tier. Her stats do kind of suck. Like 40 strength, pretty bad. 39 defense and 39 resistance. Those are just the base stats. You do have the All-2, so those boost up to 41, but that's still not very good. But the Vantage does help. But I will throw her in A tier just because her usefulness kind of outweighs some of those flaws, I would say. Next is Owain. Owain's really similar to Brady, so I say really similar. They're like the exact same. So they're going in the same tier as each other. Next is Pawn. Pawn can be... Oh, excuse me. Pawn can be an assassin, so she does get, not Astra. Lethality. Let's see. Yeah, can't be a swordsmaster. I would prefer Astra, but... You know, Beast Stone Plus gives some really good stat boosts. She does have a beast weakness all the time, which kind of sucks, but, you know. I'll put her in B tier below the other Manaketes, just because the Manakete class has 1 to 2 range, but beasts only have 1 range, so you could definitely outrange Pawn, and, you know, you could definitely beat her down, which kind of sucks. But that's how it is. And the next, Priam. Priam, really solid unit. I will throw him in... Ooh, what should we do? I'll throw him above... Yeah, above Basilio. Because, let me go down to my Priam here. So, Astra, pretty nice. Not Astra. Luna, pretty nice. These two have Luna too. but Priam bias, I guess. I'll throw him in the middle, just so we can be a little bit even here. You know, let me check the stats. Let's see the stats. So Priam, 57 skill, 58 skill for... Ooh, but Flavia has better speed. Priam has better strength. I think I would put Priam just a little bit above, just because that strength. The strength's pretty nice. From what I remember, Rickon can be a great knight. Pretty wild. So that does mean he has infinitely more offensive capabilities. So I put him above Miriel just for that, just for the Luna. And he can be a Dark Rider or a Dark Knight or whatever. So, you know, you get Life Taker and you get Tome Fair from Sage. So, boom, that's all you need. And who else? Tharja, similar thing. I have her as a Sorcerer. And sadly, Tharja doesn't get, what's it called? Arms Thrift. So, weapons will run out, but I would put Tharja above Rickon, just because of that Sorcerer class she has, so she can use dark magic like Waste and Ruin, like I mentioned before. So, yeah, just a little bit better than Rickon. Now, female Robin, I would put in pretty high S tier, just below the other Morgans. Yeah, I'll put her below female Morgan. They're pretty similar, just female Robin has worse stats, obviously, and you know, she has Gale Force all the time. Like, you can't miss Gale Force on a female Robin, but you could on a male Morgan. But you know, assuming you don't, you know, we'll put female Robin just below the other two Morgans, because these will both always have Gale Force, at least for my builds, so don't have to worry about that. Just the worst stats. And then male Robin can't learn, he's not going in this tier, I'm just throwing him here for the moment. He can't learn Gale Force, so that does make him worse than the Morgans and female Robin, but he would be in really high A, you know? He can learn every other class in the game except for Dark Flyers, so, you know, like I said, no Gale Force, but he can get Arms Thrift. Ignis is a really good skill. He can get Vantage, which helps keep him alive longer. You could switch out Vantage with, like, Life Taker or Renewal if you really wanted to. Maybe Miracle, but since, you know, my Robin has a luck flaw, I wouldn't really do anything with that. But, you know, really robust unit, really good, really offensively capable, and we love that. Next is Sayri. Sayri can get Gale Force, but no Arms Thrift. However, I still would place her just... yeah, below Aversa, just because, you know, my Sayri was a Swords Master, so you could get outranged a little bit because swords are only one range. But, you know, Gale Force is good. You can give her Vantage, so that'll keep her alive just a little bit longer. What other classes does she have? Let's see, Sayri. Swords Master, Myrmidon, Dark Flyers, that's where the, but yeah, no, you can keep her alive for a pretty long time. Yep. And if she's a Swords Master, I gave her Sword Fair, so +5 strength when using swords. And if you're a Swords Master, you can only use swords, so that's a free +5 strength. So yeah, really good unit. Severa, hot take, I made her a, if I could find her, she's near the top. I made her a Sorcerer, just because Arms Thrift and Sorcerers are really good, because being able to use dark magic an unlimited amount of times is so useful. Not only the Arms Thrift, but, you know, she has Luna, which is the best offensive skill in the game, in my opinion, has Gale Force, makes her really good. So I would go as far as to say she's a little bit above, you know, Noir, just because of some stats like skill and speed. Right. Yeah, 47 skill for Noir, pretty bad. Not bad. It's okay. It's workable. But yeah. Noir definitely does have more magic, so Noir is more offensively capable, but Severa has more skill and speed, which is pretty good. Also, equal defense, 1 less resistance, but, you know, more luck. Nope, that's a lie. Yeah, no, I'm gaslighting you. But, you know, speed is pretty important in Fire Emblem, so if you have extra speed, we definitely take that. It's 2 extra speeds, that's pretty much it. But you could swap these 2 around, but still, they're really good units. And then next is Stall. Stall, pretty similar to Gaius, but I will throw him a tier above. You know, he can be an assassin. Assassins have low res. Stall can be a dread fighter, so plus 10 res makes it better. Stall is a cavalier, so he can be a great knight, gives him Luna, really good. We love that. Now, Sully, I would put him above Stall just because Sully, I made a swords master, so like Sayri, automatic plus 5 strength because of sword fair. Sully can't learn Gale Force. I wish she could. Like every female in this game, I wish could learn Gale Force. It's good that they all can't, because then it'd be weird power imbalance. But yeah, so let's see. Let's just check the Sully stats. Let's see, Sully. Where is Sully? Here you are. Swordsmaster. Yep, pretty good stats. Don't really need the well, you can't learn the res plus 10, but even if you could, you don't really need it because you're at 48. And then the high speed makes up for the lower defense, and since she can be a swordsmaster, she's a Myrmidon, so can learn advantage, helps out a lot. So it makes her just a little bit better than Stall, but you know, once again, they're equal, so it's alright. Sumiya, if you're not using a female Robin, Sumiya is the best first gen in the entire game just because of Luna and Gale Force. In my opinion, if you're a unit that has Luna and Gale Force, you are doing really well. So, no Arms Thrift, which kind of sucks, but I will throw her in S tier below Cynthia just because, you know, not as good of stats, but I did make her a Dark Knight, which means she has a flyer weakness, which kind of sucks, but, you know, throw a Lote shield on her, she'll be perfectly fine. Next is Vake. I made Vake a hero, and I've heard a lot of people say Vake works best as a berserker, which I could see, but I'm not a huge fan of glass cannons. So I made him a hero just for that, you know, better defense, that better resistance. So, unfortunately, Vake doesn't learn, let's see, can't be a mercenary, so he doesn't learn Arms Thrift. So, I would throw him in D tier, I'm sorry. He does have Soul, because, you know, he can be a hero. So, that's good. Give him counter, really good. Yeah, just one of the worst heroes just because no Arms Thrift, which really unfortunate. Now, Virion is also getting the F tier. I would put him just a little bit above Sorcerer. You know, honestly, these three units are just the worst in the game. You know, no offensive skills, no Gale Force, no special gimmicks or anything like that. I made my Virion a Sage, which is pretty good. So he does have some magic capabilities, which is good. He can heal people, which is pretty useful. But, yeah. No offensive skills, no Gale Force, no surprise. He's just a little bit better than Sorcerer because, since he's a Sage, he doesn't have any weaknesses, and that's good. We like that. And the next is Walhart. Walhart is a really solid unit. I wish he had Arms Thrift, right? Yeah, no, he doesn't have Arms Thrift, but he does have a skill called Conquest. I really hope you can't hear my dogs barking in the background. Anyway, he does have a skill called Conquest, which protects him from any bonus damage against Beast, Riders, or Armorers. And his best class is his default class, the Conqueror class, which does have a armor and a beast weakness. But the Conquest skill eliminates all that, so, you know, it just works out for him. And, you know, he has 43 res, which kind of sucks, but he can be a Dread Fighter, so he gets that, he gets that resistance plus 10. He does also have Luna, which helps out a lot. So I'd put him, B and C tier. And some of you may say, well, isn't it a little unfair that you put Frederick in D tier, even though they're pretty similar? And I would agree with you, but, you know, you get those beast protection, you get your weaknesses protected from, so super good, honestly. And the Conqueror class is insane. You know, 59 strength, 59 defense, really, really solid. So you are just chopping dudes left and right. It is insane. Yarny, I made, you know, once again, gonna throw him in B tier above Pain, Pawn, whatever, however her name is pronounced. I'm good at pronouncing every other unit's name except Pawn. I just don't know how to pronounce it. I've never heard Pawn pronounced, I don't think. But, yeah. So I married Pawn to Lunku, so that means Yarny gets, he gets Vantage, helps keep him alive, gets Astra from that Swordsmaster class, helps out a lot. So yeah, just a really solid unit overall. You know, you get those bonuses from the Beastone Plus. We love that. Good stuff. And Yenfei is just, he's Yenfei, so we'll put him with the Sully and Stall group. Pretty much the same as Sully. You know, he can learn... Can he? Can he, though? Am I gaslighting myself? Let me just check this out. Oh, he can't get Luna. I forgot. Never mind. That would actually put him more with these guys, actually. Well, actually, Gaius would be at the bottom. But, yeah, never mind. Yenfei, pretty similar to Lunku. Can't learn Luna, which sucks. Can't be a mercenary, so no arms thrift or anything like that. So, yeah, similar story. And then, speaking of similar stories, Cordelia is sort of similar to Sumiya. Once again, I would say one of the better units in the first gen group. Once again, hot take, just like Severa, I made Cordelia a sorcerer because, you know, Cordelia has arms thrift. Arms thrift and sorcerers go good because of dark magic. Sadly, no Luna. Cordelia can't learn Luna, but she does have vengeance. So I'd say high A tier. Like the highest A tier is really fitting for Cordelia. And there it is. That is the Awakening tier list. I would say this seems pretty accurate, I'd say. I mean, I think some things, you know, could be swapped around. I did a tier list like this years ago, but honestly, this looks really accurate to me, honestly. I think this is really solid. Once again, like I said, sorry for that loud slam, I just closed my 3DS, but, you know, like I said, these are just based off of all of my final builds, and I haven't done the second gen final build, so feel free to, like, leave any questions in the comments, like why I put who, where. Like, feel free to do that for anyone. I will gladly explain. Give me the opportunity to rant about, in-depth, like, Fire Emblem Awakening. I will do it. I will do it all day. I love it. So, feel free to leave any comments. You know, some of these units you may not fully understand because I haven't made the second gen unit guide, so you may be wondering, like, why is Severa a mage and stuff like that. But like I said, leave a comment. I will happily explain it. I do not mind at all. But yeah, if you would change any of these around, let me know. You could try to argue some of my logic. I wouldn't mind hearing it at all. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I love you, and I will see you all later.